The best form of marketing is still word of mouth. That's why obtaining introductions is still the best way to attract new clients. When you obtain an introduction from a client or center of influence, you hitchhike on the credibility the client or center of influence has with the people to whom you are being introduced. Your client or center of influence creates the positive impression that the other person has that makes them willing to meet with you. To get clients and centers of influence to invest time and energy to introduce you is simple and not easy. It involves a 5-step process for obtaining introductions. Step number 1 is you have to affirm your relationship with the nominator, your client or center of influence. You do that by simply asking, now that you've had a chance to see the work we do, how do you feel about it? When they respond positively, you acknowledge, that's great to hear, and you expand. Tell me more about that. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is you now have to frame your request. One of the ways in which you can do that is to simply say, one of the things that I've learned in my work is that most people choose an advisor through what is termed social inclusion. What that means is they choose their advisor out of their social circle, someone they know, or they've been introduced to them by someone in their social circle. Does that surprise you? Most people will say, no, not at all. That's how we met, or that's happened to be. Then you say, if we were at a social gathering and you and I were having a conversation and someone you knew, someone in your social circle came up and joined our conversation, would you have any hesitation introducing me? Most people say, no, of course not. That's all I'm asking for, is an introduction to people in your social circle. They will make their own determination about whether or not we can work together. Does that seem reasonable? Most people say absolutely. Could we set up a time, either now or at a future date, to put together a list of people whom you're close to, part of your social circle, whom you can introduce me to? You probably know 20 people I would benefit from meeting. If we could put together that list and then look at the ways in which those introductions could be arranged over the next 4 to 6 weeks or 4 to 6 months, that would be really helpful. Does that make sense? And again, when people nod, that now you move into getting that list. That's step number 4. You get as many names as possible. Once you have a number of names, now you qualify. You want to learn as much as you can about those people. The 5th and final step is getting that other person engaged in setting up the introduction. You have to get their buy-in to how they will do it. It may be through an email introduction, maybe over coffee or lunch. It may be a visit to their office. It may be a social gathering or a function that you or they arrange. That commitment, though, is critical. You thank them and you stay engaged to make sure that those introductions occur. That's the 5-step process. Step number 1, affirm your relationship. Step number 2, set the context and describe purpose. Why is it important that you want to meet people who are like them? Step number 3, what are the mechanics of doing that? How do you develop that list of 15 to 20 people? How do you qualify them and make sure that you fully understand what's important to those people? And the final step is you ensure that the nominator is engaged. You develop the strategy for how those introductions will occur over the next 4 to 6 weeks and over the next 12 to 15 months. It's guaranteed that if you apply that, you will double your business in the next 12 to 18 months.